Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys that we want to get into today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to be talking a little bit about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that for whatever reason, some people seem to have an issue with us talking about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan all the time, but nevertheless, they tune in every single day to tell me how much they hate. So if you don't like the show, don't watch. The internet is a big place. Why are you coming up here complaining to us? If you need a solid twerking session, y'all know exactly where to go. You got people counting third video of the week, fourth video of the week, fifth video. I didn't see your name on any of the ownership papers of Dreamerspro. Don't know what makes you think your opinion matters all that much. So please stop complaining about us producing content that we want to produce on our channel. If you don't like, don't watch. This is just how I wanted to start off this show here. Now, this morning, I stumbled upon an interview. I know somebody said the other day, man, how you always stumbling upon interviews? Yeah, I stumbled upon an interview from a YouTube channel called Ball Don't Stop, right? That's the name of the channel. And they were interviewing Isiah Thomas, former Boston Celtics, Isiah Thomas, who was, I think who averaged like 28 or 30 points one season as a 5'9" point guard. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And he was talking about this particular era of basketball. And funny enough, while I was watching his interview, it was what he was saying in that interview that actually prompted us to put up a poll on our channel where we asked our audience, what era of the NBA do you think was the easiest to play in? We put in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, and the present day NBA. In 3 hours, that poll has about 7,000 votes. 63% of those people said that the present day NBA was the easiest to play in, and then another 26% said the 70s, right? So you can kind of see where things are leaning. But anyway, as I was listening to that interview, the way he spoke about the ease in which you can dominate in this particular era, it really began to make me wonder, what would it be like if Jordan or Kobe played in this particular era? So what we want to do is we want to play what he had to say here, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what he had to say there.
When he called me a killer, it took my mind frame, it took my mindset to a level that it took 30 points a game.
Right.
That was the person that took 30 points a game.
That's crazy.
So I thank him all the time, because when he said it, I didn't see nobody anymore. It don't matter if it's the superstars that everybody names. I didn't see anybody anymore.
I saw it.
Let that sink in.
I saw that.
You feel me? So fast forward to now, when I'm playing and I'm in Charlotte and I'm playing and I'm being successful, it's happening because my preparation, but my game is the same, but my mind is so much further than it was in 2017.
That's crazy.
So I'm just picking the game apart. I'm seeing it really before it happens. It's so slow.
Is this game easier now for you than it was?
It's way easier. And that's no disrespect to the players in it. The game is as easy as it's ever been in 2022 right now.
Wow.
And that's no disrespect to the talent. It's how the game is played.
Is it the spacing?
Spacing. It's open gym. It's 5-on-5. It's AAU nationals. And I'm saying this with the most respect for the best players in the world.
Yeah.
When the best players in the world are able to play one-on-one,
this is what happens.
it's unstoppable.
And that's what we're seeing.
That's all we're seeing.
You're seeing these guys get 40, 50.
Come on.
And as a student of the game.
And not to take away anything from them, because they're cold.
They're
Guys
insane.
are cold.
They're insane.
The skill level is amazing. It's just the way the game is played.
They're not being challenged the same way. I think students of the game, I think people that have watched traditionally know this. It's common knowledge.
And not to sound cocky or how the game is played, me and Jamal talk about this all the time. The game is easy. Because you don't have to think the game no more. It's so much spacing. It's one-on-one.
Yeah, you're an open gym.
So then if I do have to think the game now, I'm dissecting it. I'm playing against second string guys, no disrespect, that probably fear me because of what they've seen.
Yeah.
I'm playing against guys where my mental is so much further than theirs.
You've seen so much.
I'm just picking the game apart.
Yeah.
Because of what I've been through, because of the experience I have, and because my body and my skill is still 2017.
I think that the two greatest scores that we've had in the NBA in the last 40 years would probably be, or 30 years is, well, obviously I think the best scorer in the history of the NBA is Michael Jordan. And he has the stats to prove it. Every single stat you need to prove it. But nevertheless, there's still some people out there, some dweebs out there that are talking about the total, the total amount of points played. Who cares? We're talking about what you're able to accomplish at your apex. Jordan has 10 scoring titles, right? And if you watch Michael Jordan play, in the first half of his career, he had athleticism unlike anything. The only person I can think of right now, playing right now, is John Morant. John Morant is, anyway. And then in the second half of his career, he turned into a mid-range assassin. The next person that I think was just as prolific a scorer, but not as good as Jordan probably, was Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe has about 100, and I believe Kobe has 140 40-point games. That's more than LeBron and Stephen Curry combined. One season, he scored 50 points in 4 consecutive games, and he scored 40 points for 9 straight games. Now, some people say, but what about James Harden? I don't count James Harden. Why? Because James Harden doesn't score in a myriad of ways. And number 2, James Harden was chucking the basketball. The year he was putting up, I think he scored 36. He was attempting 12 threes a game and making 4. 12. And that had everything to do with the way the game is played today, which goes back to the point that Isiah Thomas was making. Number 1, the year Jordan averaged 37 points per game, I believe in that era there was hand checking. If Jordan played in today's NBA, he would average about 45 points a game. Some people are like, no, you're a Jordan. I hate you. Jordan would average 45 points a game. It would be the easiest 45 you've probably seen anybody do. He's like, how can he average 45? Well, he was averaging 37 on 2s. And he wasn't taking 3. I think the years Jordan attempted more than 2 threes a game, he was shooting about 38%. If Jordan was playing in today's NBA, he would be able to get to the basket a lot easier. You know why? There's no Alonzo Mourning. There's no Dikembe Mutombo. There are no real shot blockers, Shaq and all of these guys. The lane is wide open. In certain games, you can have a LeBron James, a 6'8" guy playing the 5. It would be a highway to the basket. So he would definitely average more free throw attempts per game just playing in this era. And if he bumped his 3-point shooting attempts to maybe 4 a game, that would get him over 40. So Jordan could easily average over 40 points a game. Kobe scored 81 points in regulation when he was playing. 81 points in regulation, bro. 81. Kobe, I believe, could also average above 40 if he played in this NBA today. Some people say, how do you know? I saw Kobe score 63. I saw Kobe outscore an entire NBA basketball team in 3 quarters. He had like 63 points. The Mavs had 64 points, or 63. The Mavs had 62. One person. So if these guys played in this era, given their skill level, and it would be a joke. It would be an absolute joke. And God knew. God knew. Oh, God couldn't do it. He was like, no. Man, God knew.